Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Wednesday night's show on AFTV. I am your host, Marty. Please check out all of AFTV's content coming up. It is the big one. Midweek, we have got the NLD coming up. We are going to be previewing that. We are going to be going through this week's action. We have got an action-packed show to you today. So let me introduce to you my absolutely awesome co-host, the Bergkamp to my Henry, the Gronkowski to my Brady. Yes, Ella Smetna is in the house.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm nervous for this weekend. So maybe
really?
This will be a bit of a therapy session. We'll talk it out, and then it'll make me not feel nervous.
Are you not excited, Ella? Just because, listen, international football is done and dusted. We have now got in front of us. I remember literally when the Sunderland game ended, and it's actually the Manchester City versus Liverpool game, and I thought in my head, I'm not going to be watching Premier League football now for a couple of weeks, and this is going to be, you're in that cavern, the abyss of no man's land, and now upon us, Saturday, the Premier League starts up again, ready to roll. So it'd only be right, Ella, to quickly go through the international stuff very briefly. Obviously, England had a fantastic qualification period. In the last 6 games, they didn't concede any goals. In the last 11, they only lost 1 game, which was 3-1 to Senegal. And basically, the entire qualifications, they conceded 0 goals, which is pretty decent. What are you saying on that, Ella?
That's an Arsenal statistic.
There you go. Plenty of Arsenal players, plenty of Arsenal statistics.
Plenty of Arsenal players on the score sheet in the last week. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Carrying, some would say.
Well, do you know what? We're gonna obviously mention this throughout the show, and just something that really kind of annoyed me, and I'm gonna say it before I forgot. I remember in one of the games, I think it was the Serbia game, where Saka picks up a knock in the 21st minute, and he starts hobbling around. And Tuchel, it's like, mate, just hook the guy, take him off the pitch. What are you doing? You've qualified, sort it out. You've got probably 4 players that are dying to play in that position. You've got to stick Jared Bowen in there. The guy's desperate to get on the pitch. Come on, man.
I know, but this is what the international breaks have been feeling like every single time I see a clip on social media of any Arsenal player go down remotely. I'm praying. I'm literally praying. It's a mini heart attack, because it's just the last thing we need, and we've seen an injury in the international break, a huge one. So
we have.
Honestly, these international breaks, spin them off. They're
hard work, aren't they?
I hate them.
So go on, talk to me. Did you watch England games?
Yeah, I did.
Go on. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought. I don't think I've been blown away by England, but I feel like it's kind of been. Listen, getting wins is good, but I just look at this England team and you think heading into a World Cup, you're like, there's just so much quality, and you expect to see an England team with that much quality just blow teams away. But yeah, I mean, in the last game, obviously we saw Saka and Eze shine. We saw Foden with, there's been a lot of talk about that assist on social media.
Talk to me about it, Ella. Come on, because I found it hilarious.
Assist. It was an alright.
It was a bang average pass. Listen,
but I will say, ultimately, yes, the assist is average, but he actually does have to get the weight spot on for Eze to hit it first time. But you may think, oh my God, that is just the most easy ball. Any professional footballer should be able to put a pass like that. And you are right, but it doesn't mean they always do. So I'm still saying, in order for Eze to hit it first time, yes, the skill of Eze is ridiculous and the finish is outrageous. And that's just because Eze has an elite finish on him. But yeah, it was an alright fit.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you, Ella. Of Sky or BBC or ITV got into your mind and warped it or something like that with their media. That was a bang average pass from Phil Foden.
I literally just said that, but I said he still has to get the weight right of it to hit it first.
I mean, look, if Phil Foden can't put that past to Eze, he shouldn't be in that England team, and he certainly shouldn't be in a Manchester City side.
But I agree, but we still see a lot of players that don't get those right in like game scenarios.
At that level,
so you still have to, yes, at that level. Are you kidding?
I know. I get what you're saying, but what really just annoyed me was like when they interviewed him, it was like, oh, it's to be said about Phil Foden's past. That shouldn't even be in the question. Phil Foden's past. Completely. Eberechi Eze has got to stick that in the top corner, and he did with ease. And if you actually watch that pass, it does bobble and it does move across the pitch because the pitch wasn't the best pitch in the world. Let's be honest. So yeah, the timing of the pass, but it does bobble about.
Wembley.
No, mate. Listen, that if you watch that, honestly, if you watch that pass, it does bobble around. It does hit. Listen, pitches have divots. The best pitches in the world. That had, you watch that pass, it bobbles up and down, and then he hits it, and he gets it absolutely perfect. And I'm not just being biased because it's Eze.
Yeah, we can be biased though. Let's be biased.
Of course, yeah, but I know I'm not. I just thought I thought that was really poor form from the guy that was into it. I was just like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I was like, what? I was just like, how about what?
Is like the first question he asked.
Yeah, come on, man.
How can that be in any journalist's mind?
I think that just goes to show the bias against Arsenal Football Club from the media, and there is, and I'm sorry. There's just they hate to think that Arsenal and their players could be good and we could be doing well and off of merit. If it's set pieces, it's because you can't always set piece FC and blah, 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 and all this. And I think, come on, man, give Eze his moment. Like, he's come into that team. There's been a lot of pressure on him from that signing, and he's popped up with a great goal, and he's finished it fantastically. Phil Foden's been really inconsistent over the last season, and
although he has looked much better this season.
This season he has looked a lot better. I'll give him that, definitely this season. So yeah, out of that, the England games are done. The international.
Thank God.
I know, and listen. On come the injuries. Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah.
Bring him up. The main man. Do you know what I said as well? This is the thing, right? I did say if there was two players for Arsenal that I wouldn't want to be injured, it was Declan Rice and Gabriel. And what happens? A week later, he goes and gets injured.
Yeah, it is the last thing from ideal. It is not good at all. But obviously, yes, when you're losing one of your best players and one of your most consistent players this season, it's going to be gutting. Like, it would have been the same if it was, Rice, Saka, whoever. But I think defensively is probably where we have the most cover in this squad that, looks much better from previous seasons. And there was a lot of talk before the season started at the beginning of the season about squad depth. And we've had to... This is why you have to have a squad. It's literally so simple. We've seen attacking injuries over the last month or so, where we've had really the majority of our attacking players out injured. And now we're seeing a defensive injury to our best centre back. Let's not get it twisted. Our most consistent, probably centre back.
Ella, do you think he is our best centre back? Do you think he's better than Saliba?
I think he's the most all-rounded centre back, and I think I think part of the reason why we are going to miss him is for his offensive actions. He's great defensively, and yes, he'll 9 times out of 10 he gets his challenge spot on. But it's this season, we talk about set pieces, which is something we've been able to really utilise. In order to have or be good at set pieces, there are 2 things you need. Firstly, someone like Declan Rice or Saka to consistently put in a good delivery. Secondly, you need someone on the end of it, like, Gabriel, Marino, etc. And so I think we're going to miss him in those situations. But we'll talk about replacements and other options that we have going into the next, it looks like, potentially 8 to 10 games without Gabriel.
Do you know what the funny thing with that is? You were saying is it was last season that everyone was raving so much about Saliba and how important Saliba was, and this season it's kind of as if the importance of Saliba has been forgotten almost. Not that it's been forgotten. I'm not saying it's been forgotten. Obviously, every Arsenal fan knows what a quality player is. But if you'd have asked everyone last season, I do believe they would have favoured Saliba over Gabriel. But this season, it's almost like that has been completely forgotten about. almost, and Gabriel is clearly the leader of the pack, and he is desired and loved, and he's earned it by Arsenal fans. In some ways, over Saliba. It's interesting.
Well, do you know what? I think that one doesn't really tick without the other, and that's why I'm like kind of hesitant to say that. I think Gabriel does edge it over Saliba because, like I said, I think he is slightly more all-rounded. But I think part of the reason why both of them play so well for Arsenal is because of the relationship they have with each other. Potentially if you remove a Saliba and put him into another team system, does he still perform in the same way that he does for Arsenal? Because I genuinely think, we've seen certain games where you've removed one of the two and the other one might have looked slightly off, or like the game might look slightly off. And I think people underestimate the impact that they have on each other's game because I think it's like genuinely telepathic at this point.
Yeah.
They know what they're like.
And they've played together as well, so for years.
Yeah.
And they've built up this relationship understanding. Do you know what? I see a T-shirt which really made me chuckle. Actually, Will Ferrell and John C. O'Reilly, Step Brothers.
Yeah, I've seen this. And
it's Gabriel and Saliba in them jumpers, and it made me chuckle. And they almost are like brothers. That pairing, it's phenomenal, and it's going to be really interesting for me to see who he partners. Whether it's obviously whether Lewis Skelly gets in at left back. And he puts Calafiori in there, or Hincapié in there, or he puts you've got the options of Mosquera, Hincapié, and Calafiori to go in that left-sided centre back, and then obviously all three of them can play in at left back. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he moves in, leaves Calafiori where he is, brings Hincapié or Mosquera into that role, or
what's your preference?
Do you know what? It's a really tough one. It is I kind of like the idea of leaving Calafiori where he is.
Yeah.
Just because Calafiori's been playing well. And the reality of the situation is Calafiori ain't going to play against Bayern on Tuesday evening because we all know that, listen, he had a hip problem. And big shout out to Gattuso as well. On international duty, there was a hip problem that came up. And so what's he do? He sends him straight home, straight back to the Emirates. Get yourself better, mate.
That could have been an Arteta call as well.
Well, listen. All I can say.
Get involved.
All I can say is it didn't happen with Gabriel. Gabriel was playing in a match which he has. The only thing I do understand with this Brazil side, right? This Brazil side is like a conveyor belt of absolute world-class talent, and one game you might be a favourite, and there was for a long period of time Gabriel was not a favourite at centre-back, and he has worked so hard to get himself as obviously the main man in the Brazil team. But then you have a game or two out, your replacement comes in and has a worldie, and then you're yesterday's news. But unfortunately, in this situation where I think Carlo Ancelotti's had an absolute stinker, and whoever made that decision is absolutely criminal, because he didn't need to play in that game, and he limps off with an abductor injury, and now he's out for at least 2 months, which is ridiculous.
I agree. I agree with your point that he obviously did not have to play, but I disagree. But I disagree with putting the blame on Ancelotti. I feel like that's not fair, and I feel like Gabriel would always want to play. These South American players, any chance, it's different. I'm telling you, it is different for these guys. Like any chance they get to play and represent their country. Gabriel starting for Brazil at the Emirates. He's always going to want to play that game. He's always going to want to start in that game. Yes, I understand that it's completely meaningless. So obviously now that we have hindsight and we know that he's gotten injured in that game, it seems ridiculous. And we're saying, well, he didn't need to because it is a friendly. But then, hindsight helps.
I do get it, Ella. But it's also reported that he was in the yellow zone, right? Now that is 45 minutes at best. So if you're gonna play him for 45 minutes, give him a half and sub him, and give someone else an opportunity. He's in the yellow zone. He's not fit. He's not 100% fit to play. Like that's the thing with it, is they've got this information there. We're not talking about a 12-year-old primary school team, or a 14 under 16s team where you're asking the players, are you all right to play? This is This is a national team. They've got all the information there. They know he's not 100% fit to play. And then surprise, surprise, what happens? He goes down in the second half, and we're going to miss him for up to 2 months in probably what is the most important. You could have hooked him at half time and then managed his injury. Whether you play him against Tottenham, and even if you gave him a first half against Tottenham, dare I say it.
Yeah.
And then you don't play him against Bayern, because the reality of that situation is the games we've got left in the Champions League, even woe betide I say it, for me that game is a marker of us playing against a side of that calibre, but also we don't need to win it. Like if we don't win it, and if we put out a second string side and we draw, or even again, dare I say it, we lose, it's not the end of the world. The chances are we're still going to qualify in the top 8. Because of our previous results and our goal difference. And don't forget, listen, the competition we've got coming up, we've got Club Bruges, which if we can't beat them with a second string side as well, those fixtures favour us, and this is where we've got to use our squad depth. So now he's out for 2 months because we've redlined him again. We've put him in the red zone, and it's just. It really gets my back up for a pointless friendly. It wasn't like, again, if Brazil had needed this game and they needed to win this game to qualify for the World Cup, then fair enough, play him. And if he gets injured, he gets injured. It was a friendly. Don't play the guy. And also he's got to spend Christmas being injured as well. Think about just think about what you're doing. I just think it's selfish and it's greedy. And, Carlo Ancelotti, a manager who knows better. He knows better. We're not talking about Dave, who runs the Dog and Duck, club, pub team. This is Carlo Ancelotti. He's won the lot. He played. He was a world-class midfielder. This guy is legitimately a footballing, probably a footballing god to some people, not to me, and he's been at all the big clubs. Just have some nous about you and just don't get that wrong. It really got my back up, and then to know that it's the circumstances it's happened in.
I get it. I do get it. But genuinely, I think that international friendlies in the season should be banned. Why do you need to play an international friendly in the middle of the season? Why do you need to risk? Why did these players need to be playing more minutes just for the sake of it, just for the sake of a friendly? It's really unnecessary. I get these World Cup qualifiers; they're huge. We'll come on to speak about some of the games.
Injury news.
And but ultimately, like you said, it's a meaningless game. It is a friendly, and at this point in the season, I know we're still early doors, but we don't need these players playing 90 minutes and then getting it. It's just we just don't need it.
Ran over onto the bar.
Done.
Finished. It's finished. I needed to get out of my system.
Yeah,
I felt I needed to get the Carlo Ancelotti rant out of my system. Well, saying that, I'll probably come into it tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we'll come at
some point. It's coming back. He needs to get it. Well, it will definitely come out on Sunday if we don't win against Tottenham. Put it that way. It will definitely. He'll be getting it. He will. But yeah. So injury. While we're on the subject of injuries, we have got quite a few injuries out. We've got quite a few. We've got, all in all, we've got 2 midfielders, 1 defender and 4 attackers out. So a total of 7 first-team players injured, which is not fantastic. Obviously,
who's the second midfielder?
Sorry?
Who's the second midfielder? Odegaard and...
Odegaard and
I can't think of who it is. Who else is out?
That's a really good question. I didn't actually think.
I don't know. Are you sure we do have 2 midfielders out? I don't think we do.
We have. We've got 1 defender out, and we've got 1 defender out, which is Gabriel.
I can't think of which other midfielder is injured right now.
We've got Havertz, Gyökeres, Madueke, Havertz, Jesus out. I think Martinelli. I think they've got Havertz down for some reason in that as a midfielder, but yeah, I know. Sorry, I got that. Where I got that information from, but we have got.
There's not some other injury that I've not heard.
No. I don't think we have. No, and Gyökeres is potential to play for Sunday, I believe.
Fingers crossed. We need a fingers crossed.
if he gets back in time for that. But
That's
again,
massive,
listen.
by the way, that is absolutely like we really need him. We really, really need him to be back fit. Like, I'm praying he makes the squad at least for Spurs.
And apparently Havertz has had a small injury setback as well.
Yeah.
Slight delay in time coming back.
Brilliant.
But in positive news, Gabriel Jesus is back in training, looking happy, running around, and what a player he is. I mean, I said this. Day. I said this the other week, and for me, the two players that I really want to come back, I really want 100% fit Havertz and Jesus. The reason why, for me, Havertz obviously provides cover for Gyökeres, and I believe he provides serious competition for him. Now, when you've got a player, at any level, let alone this world class elite level, Premier League level, call it what you will, you need competition breeds competition, and you need that level of competition to help push others on. Also, I believe with Jesus, he's that sort of player that can unlock defenses. He can play across the front three. He's dynamic. He's fast. He's quick. He can score. We've seen him put hat tricks away. We've seen him score braces. We've seen him change games. We've seen him score screamers. We've seen him run it past players and stick it in the back of the net. We've seen him change games. And for me, playing Saka, Gyökeres, and Jesus up front is a fantastic option, which we haven't looked at. Really, obviously none of them have been fit to be able to see that. And the thing with Jesus is obviously injury wise, his injury record hasn't been great. He's done 2 ACLs, either knee.
That's putting it nicely.
It's not been fantastic. Let's be honest.
It's been so bad.
They're not small injuries either. I mean,
no.
They're probably the worst injuries you could do in football, apart from your Achilles. And the hamstring. The three main big is ACL, hamstring, and Achilles. They're serious injuries which change careers. But it would be nice to see him come back. Obviously, there's talk of Arsenal wanting to move him on. I think putting him out on loan is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Because what if he gets injured on loan? I'd rather him be used sparingly at Arsenal. And I think even if he's used sparingly at Arsenal and he's fit for the World Cup, he'll still get his place in the World Cup because he's such a big player. But he's a fantastic player that in games like Sunday's game against Tottenham, I think could be absolutely massive to help unlock defences. And especially, if after 60 minutes we're finding it hard to break down a team or, play for a low or a mid block or a low mid block, then he's an ideal player that you can bring on to change games.
I know he was obviously pictured in first team training, but I'm not sure whether he is. Do you think he's going to be fit for the game? I don't know. He's not.
Not this game. Not this game. No.
I was going to say, not coming off the bench for Spurs.
No, I was saying he's the sort of player that you'd love to have in a game like this. Not he's going to be fit. I believe he's going to be back before Christmas. Jesus will come and save Christmas.
Yeah, next couple of weeks would be nice.
So. Yeah, it would be, and that's what I've heard. He's going to look to make a return just before Christmas. No need to rush him. Obviously, we've got Madueke to come back. That's going to be a massive addition. Having him fit. I mean, Saka, he's been playing basically every minute, pretty much of every game. Obviously, he's been hammered for England as well. What an important player he's been for them, and I mean, he has. He's been absolutely fantastic, and. Obviously we have to manage injuries because it's not. I mean, last season I think at one point we had 12 of our first team players out at one point, and 7 is not too far off of that.
Yeah, and in my mind I have that dream scenario where you have an almost fully fit squad, particularly with all these attacking players we've got now coming back. But realistically, in my head, I'm like, that's we're going to be getting these players back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, but then inevitably, probably we'll have someone else that gets injured, and it will just be people will be coming back, and then other people will be going to the injury room. So I mean, hopefully not, but it feels like it's just constant.
It is. So. Let's get into it, Ella. Right. All of the negative stuff out of the way, all the boring stuff. Let's get straight to it. The North London derby, the big one, the game of the season. What are you saying?
Listen, right.
Go on, I'm listening, Ella. I'm here with all ears. You tell me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Come on.
I think this game is obviously huge, not just because it's the North London derby, but you are looking at the most informed home team against the most informed away team. And
you're right.
If this game was at Spurs, I'd be like, well, they're rubbish at home, and we're pretty good away from home, so we'll probably beat them at theirs. But it's almost like it feels worse right now that they're playing at ours rather than playing at home, because we saw them go to the Etihad and beat City, and City just weren't City that day, because to lose 2-0 to Spurs, who, yes, they look improved under Frank, but they're not by any means like the complete article. I think they've definitely still got weaknesses. And Spurs, by the way, have got, I think they've got about 12 first team players out. They have loads and loads of injuries. So if we don't win, it will be unacceptable. We have to win. 3 points is a must.
I've heard they've got, I think, 6 midfielders, 2 defenders, and 2 attackers out. So I hear.
Yeah, they've got a lot. Which
so
is good.
Yeah,
good for us.
This is good.
Well, I mean, not good. Obviously, not good that anyone's injured, but it's better for us.
No, it is. So, do you want a bit of history about the North London derby?
Yeah, go on then, Martin.
Go on, let's bring some history. The North London derby is the meeting of association football clubs between Arsenal and Tottenham. Do you know?
ChatGPT?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. No, that was just one of my. No. So, do you know when they first played each other? What year it was?
No, Marty, tell me.
1887.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Do you know when the rivalry actually began?
No, I don't.
It was when Arsenal moved their ground from Woolwich to North London in 1913.
1913, wow.
1913. That is when the rivalry officially began in North London. The first meeting after that was the 15th of January 1921 in the Football League First Division, as it used to be, not the Premier League, and that changed in 1993, I believe it was, from the First Division to the Premier League, and Tottenham Hotspur won that game 2-1.
Not the Tottenham Hotspur I know.
No, it's not, in it. Do you know who's got? So there's been 197 meetings with Arsenal winning 84 of them. Okay.
How many meetings?
There's been 197 meetings.
Okay. There's definitely a lot of draws.
Okay, Arsenal with 84 wins. I should have asked you these questions actually.
Yeah.
So which player has the most appearances?
Oof.
I don't know if you're going to get this one. It's a tough one.
Okay, if it's not an obvious one, then I won't. Because I was going to.
David O'Leary.
Yeah, never getting that. Who?
35. David. Yeah, do you know who David O'Leary is? What? Oh yeah, of course.
What do you think I am?
about 30, 46, 50, 52, maybe.
Who's David O'Leary? Who is that?
David O'Leary's an ex-Arsenal player. He's a defender. He was fantastic in the 90s. He was late 80s, early 90s. He was absolutely fantastic. He's one of the appearance record holders for Arsenal, I believe, with around 587 appearances or something like that. I think it might be something like that. I think he's not far. It's around Tony Adams, back in the days where players didn't really get injured because they just went down a pub afterwards. So
God,
do you know who the top scorer in this fixture is?
Tell me, Marty, tell me.
Harry Kane. Do you know how many goals?
I probably could have guessed that, to be honest. That would have been the obvious answer.
It was.
He scored basically every time he came to the
How many?
I don't know how many games he's played. Like 40 goals? I don't know.
No.
Maybe less. Like 20?
No.
Oh, feels like a higher or lower situation here.
It is basically, yeah. I mean, it's going to either be higher or lower. Lower. It's lower than 20.
Lower than 20?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was quite... He scored basically in every game.
No.
13?
Close. 14. I'll put you out of your misery. So the all-time series is Arsenal have won 84. There's 52 drawn. So that means that Tottenham have won 61. So we are clearly out in front. And do you know what the largest victory is?
I'm gonna guess 5-0.
No.
I ever remember that.
What, to Arsenal?
I don't know.
6-0 to Arsenal.
Ooh.
And that was the 6th of that was just a few. This was a few months after you were born. 6th of March, 1935.
Yeah, I can't remember that one off the top of my head, but yeah, I was sat on my sofa. Yeah,
Sat on your sofa watching that one.
Yeah, not the
Stuck
TV
Sky Sports on, yeah. So it was so a little bit of trivia about the game. And Tottenham have not won in 15 years in this exact fixture.
Man, they're so poopy.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality of the situation is we should absolutely. We should do the business. I say absolutely. No, absolutely beat them. No, listen, Tottenham, like you said,
close.
Tottenham are the best. Not the best. They're a good side away from home.
Well, they're the best this season in the league away from home.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're not great at. They're not great at home.
Oh no, they're awful at home. They have one of the worst home records this season. But North London derbies, people do say that the saying that form goes out the window. I mean,
it doesn't.
It won't. It won't really. Probably. But this is just one of those games. Like it's so funny because, like, I don't think there's anything I hate more in life than Spurs, and I just find it so funny how like football has like these rivalries and like. I'm not a hateful person, but I really hate Spurs. Like, do you know what I mean? How you can really dislike a team so much. Like,
do you know what, Ella? Do you know what,
Ella? Mean everything.
Ella, do you know what? I remember this was one of the most painful moments when I was a child, and this was in 1990-91 season, and we played Tottenham in the FA Cup semi-final, okay? And they beat us 3-1. And Paul Gascoigne scored this was when this semi-final was played at Wembley, and because back in those times the semi-finals did actually used to be played at either Villa Park or Hillsborough, which is Sheffield Wednesday's ground. And I remember Paul Gascoigne scoring an absolute screamer. He sticks it in the top corner and beats David Seaman, who at that time was absolutely phenomenal. Conceded 18 goals in the league that season, and I remember obviously watching that, and as a kid, like obviously I watched Arsenal win the league, and we were fantastic, and Tottenham weren't great, if I'm honest with you. Mm-hmm. And the disbelief, I just went into that game knowing what a big game it was, and they went 2-1 up at half time. Gary Lineker scored a header, and I remember at half time like moping around the garden, and then I went back in to watch the second half and them losing it, and I was so upset, and I just couldn't believe how we lost to Tottenham, and in a game that was that big. And then in the final, I believe Tottenham went on to play Nottingham Forest, and Paul Gascoigne went in for a crazy challenge on, I can't remember who it was, and he done himself with a cruciate knee ligament. And that summer he was going to Lazio, I believe. It was a really it was a spiteful challenge. He went to hurt him, and in those days that's what you did. Kind of like I remember the 1990 FA Cup final when Wimbledon played Liverpool and Vinnie Jones wanted to put his mark on the match. And literally from the kickoff, he went in, Steve McMahon gets the ball, and Vinnie Jones, today's game, he would have got red carded straight away, and he just goes through him. And from that moment on, they set the tempo of the game. And obviously Liverpool knew not to mess around with them. And that's how they did things back in the day. Obviously now, you can't.
I feel like you got on a bit of a tangent there.
Sorry, I did. Yeah, I did actually, didn't I?
I was just trying to think how that linked back to what I was saying.
I've gone from the North London derby straight into FA Cup. Then I went into FA Cup nostalgia. Yeah, I know. But anyway,
cards have changed in the modern day game.
Yeah, in the modern day. Sorry, I just went away with myself. Back to the NLD.
I don't mind it.
No, that's good. Everyone else probably will. But anyway, so yeah. Look, how do you see this game going? Where do you think this game's going to be won or lost for Arsenal?
To be honest, I'm not really sure, and I feel like that's because I'm not sure exactly what the team's going to look like. There's feels like there's a lot of ifs, maybes, and we're assuming certain players. Realistically, we don't know 100%. we'll only really know when the team news comes out, I guess. But I think we're strong enough at home. I think we may concede. I think we may concede. Which is kind of weird for me to say because Spurs haven't scored loads of goals this season. Like they're not a massive goal scoring threat really. And I know that we still have a good back line and a good goalkeeper, but I just think it is an North London derby. I think it will be close. I don't think we're necessarily going to... I'm pretty sure I see a kind of a 2-1 on the cards.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel confident that we'll win.
Ella, you're Mikel Arteta. How do you set the team out?
Am I just assuming who is...
Just assume. I'm not gonna shoot you down if you get a player or get a player wrong and stick a player in. As long as they actually play for Arsenal, Ella.
Yeah, that I can make sure of. I'll do that. Well, obviously, Raya. Don't need to speak about that.
They don't.
Timber, Saliba, Hincapié, Calafiori is what I
Okay.
Yeah.
Just out of interest, can I just ask a question?
You may.
Why Hincapié? I take it you'll be playing Hincapié in the centre as opposed to
Calafiori.
Why is this? Why would you not put Hincapié on the left and Calafiori in the centre?
I just think sometimes you don't need to break what isn't broke. Like I like Calafiori on that left hand side, and Hincapié can do a job in that centre back position. He's also, I'm pretty sure, he's a left-footed centre back.
Yeah,
so
he is.
Kind of is a more natural replacement.
Definitely.
Than perhaps Mosquera, who I do like, and I like. If it's either the two, I won't be really fast, but I just think Hincapié might be a more natural fit. And then moving on to the midfield, I'd go Zubimendi, Rice. Odegaard is not going to be fit, is he?
No. Yeah, well, it's touch and go. It's touch and go for Odegaard.
I really kind of want to play Eze on the left.
Do you?
Yeah, I kind of want to give him a run out on the left-hand side.
Okay.
I feel like there's so many maybes. Like, who's going to play striker? Is it going to be Marino or Gyökeres? Like, I don't know. Hopefully, Saka is a non-negotiable. But there's a couple positions where I don't know exactly who's going to be playing because I just don't know the fitness.
Yeah.
But I do. I really like what I saw from Eze. Well, when he played for England, I know it's very different because in terms of like the space, like he just doesn't really get that sort of space for us. Like it's a very different setup. But could we maybe unlock something more from Eze? Because we've obviously tried him quite a bit in that Odegaard position. And I feel like we haven't really unlocked him yet. I feel like he hasn't really shown what we know he can do. So I'm just wondering whether it maybe is a positional thing. If we give him maybe more freedom on the left-hand side. He got an assist against Forest at home on the left. So I don't know. What do you think?
Look, I think it's interesting. For me, I go back. I agree with Timber and Saliba and Raya. They're standard. The Calafiori, I do agree with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it 100%. But for me, Hincapié, where he's 6 foot, he's quicker. And for Leverkusen, he was a lot better when he was bombing down the left-hand side. And he will pick up the ball and charge forward with it. But then he tends to want to put a cross into the box. He's maybe slightly smaller than the classic centre-back. But then if you look at Martinez for United, he's not the biggest of centre-backs and does a decent job. Well, it could be argued, actually. Look, we've brought in King. That, for me, is a bit of a... or do you move Calafiori inside and put Lewis Skelly there? Or do you move because Lewis Skelly's an Arsenal boy and he knows what this game's about.
If Calafiori's playing at centre back, I want Skelly on.
Yeah, because that's the thing is these boys. What I love about I suppose this fixture, I think definitely where we do well is obviously listen. Arteta knows about this fixture. Arteta's played in this fixture as a player and he's managed it as a manager. He knows the crack with Arsenal versus Tottenham. You don't have to explain it. And players like Lewis Skelly, he knows it. Wanyeri, he knows about it. Saka, he knows about it. And that's important because I see it a few seasons ago, right? And I really didn't like it. And this is I grew actually quite a dislike for this player, Zinchenko. I remember winning this game and I sit 4-0 by the dugout. I see the players warm up in front of me. And by the way, Richarlison in this fixture gets absolutely hammered. Like whenever he warms up on the touchline, honestly, the obscenities.
Yeah, because he's Richarlison. Like, he's
Seriously, I've never ever come across a player that gets. Arsenal fans in that section are generally pretty well behaved. They're not, in the North Bank or the Clock End, you'll get more of a sort of an aggressive style of fan, shall we say? But Richarlison does things to people like no other man. And seriously,
he's a wind-up merchant, for real.
No, but the Arsenal fans really go at say some, it's intense, put it that way. But I saw Zinchenko in this fixture being all pally with him and speaking to him, and it's like, well, have some respect here, mate. Like, this is the North London derby.
So you're not even Brazilian.
We haven't won the game yet. Like, I don't care whether you're friends. Do it in your WhatsApp groups afterwards, but don't do that in front of me. Like, don't show this game that level of disrespect by shaking hands with him and laughing and having a joke and whispering in his ear and putting your hand out. They talk like that. They go, oh. Don't do that in front of me, mate. It's absolutely I think it's so disrespectful. And listen, if you're going to fraternise with the opposition, do it in your own time, or do it like I say, modern communications. You can do it in WhatsApp groups, or they go on holiday, or whatever. Fine, whatever. Out of sight, out of mind. But do not do it in front of me. I find that the highest level of disrespect with these modern day footballers that get paid an obscene amount of money to do a job which, probably most of us would love to do ourselves.
Well, all I'm saying is the hairline, the pure, the Arsenal boys don't do that stuff, because do you know what it is? I understand that Zinchenko's not an idiot. He'll know to some degree what this game means, but when it's someone like Skelly or Ethan, who are genuinely also fans, they play for the club but are also fans of the club.
Yeah.
You really know what that means. They are playing essentially as a fan.
Yeah, of course.
There's no level of respect for them at all. There isn't. Did you see? I'm pretty sure it was. Sorry for last point, but I'm pretty sure it was the last home North London derby where Miles had a bit of a moment, got subbed off, and then kind of got the fans going as he was walking.
He did, yeah.
I love that. That is what I love.
Of course, man. Of course.
He knows.
Let's talk, Ella. Let's talk about the refereeing situation. Who's refereeing this game?
Oh, we all know who's refereeing this game.
Tell me. I want to know.
What, bloody Michael Oliver?
Mate.
Why is he back? We
oh,
to come back.
Mate. I don't know, Ella. Put up the stats.
I'll get the stats up for you.
I want everyone to see this. So Michael Oliver has awarded significantly more reds and yellows to Arsenal than any other team. Also significantly more penalties against them than most teams. He has awarded zero red cards to Manchester City. Keep Michael Oliver away from Arsenal games, having awarded 8 red cards to Arsenal, 97 yellow cards. And then obviously down, at least we've got Tottenham in 5th with 81 yellow cards and 5 red. And as you can see, he's issued 68 to Man City and 0 red cards. One of the only sides that he has not awarded a red card to is Manchester City. Something has to be done about this. This is absolutely criminal, literally. His
last game refereeing for Arsenal was the game last season away at Wolves, where he wrongly sent off Lewis Skelly. I wonder how that went down.
Do you know what?
Very, very lucky that was not a decisive moment. Because obviously, that red card ended, but we go down to 10. Wolves actually end up getting a red card too, but we win the game 1-0. If we don't win that game and we wrongfully get a man sent off when we are at that point trying to fight for a Premier League, it's just disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful.
After the situation, a Craig Pawson situation, I just really hope this game isn't decided by an absolute Lego. There he is, the man of the moment. Your favourite referee. Shouldn't have even put.
I'm not even giving him screen time. I'm not even giving him screen time.
Give him a bit of screen time.
He doesn't even deserve it.
Mate, do you know what? These referees, like Craig Pawson, the foul, the Zubimendi foul. It wasn't even a foul and he books him for it. I just hope this game isn't decided by dodgy, downright idiotic refereeing decisions where Michael Oliver just thinks, right, I'm going to put Manchester City right back in this title race by sending off an Arsenal player, giving them a goal that's not a goal, or disallowing a goal that shouldn't have been disallowed, or and these moments do change games of football. When you consider how tight they are, and you can go on to win a game of football with a set piece and win a game 1-0. If that set piece doesn't get awarded because of a dodgy refereeing decision, that could be your opportunity gone there. Because these games can be tight. They're tough games. They're not just easy games.
I'm pretty sure he managed the North London derby last season as well, if I'm not mistaken. But do you know what, Marty? They're all the same in my opinion. I think I know we go on about it, and I don't even like giving like the referees conversation time, because it's do you know what I mean? It's a bit boring, but I just feel like there's a lot of referees who have been brought into question because there were a lot of like questionable decisions. But this is, I've seen a picture of Mike Oliver wearing a Newcastle shirt. How the hell can you have a manager in the Premier League that supports the Premier League club?
Ella, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, because who are Manchester City playing at the weekend?
Well, is he we can't be refereeing that game as well.
He's not refereeing it. He's not refereeing it. No, he's refereeing. He's refereeing the Arsenal. Unfortunately, he's refereeing the Arsenal game. But Manchester City are playing Newcastle. We've got a run of fixtures this weekend, and we've got Burnley versus Chelsea, which could be an interesting game. At Burnley, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton and Hove Albion versus Brentford, Fulham versus Sunderland, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Crystal Palace, and Newcastle United versus Manchester City. Then on
is it the Etihad, right? Or no, is it not?
No. It's at St James's Park.
Oh.
Then on Sunday, you got Leeds United versus Aston Villa, and then top it up off with the big one on Sunday. The mighty Arsenal face Tottenham Hotspur, the enemy.
It is a big one. It is a big
one. At the Emirates. Do you know what? The one thing I must say I do love about this fixture, right? And every time I've been to so many of these over the years, and they never fail to disappoint with, atmosphere and just how are you going, Ella?
No, I'm on the watch along.
Oh, the watch along. What, in the AFTV studio?
I think it might.
Oh no, it's a Box Park.
Bigger location.
It is, isn't it? So this game, Park. Just everyone that's watching. Thank you, Ella. There is an AFTV watch along, I believe, at Box Park. It's going to be massive. It's going to be an epic event. It's going to be absolutely awesome, and Ella herself is going to be there live in person.
Are you going to be at the game? Did you say?
Yeah, I do all the home games. I do all the home games.
Do you know what? I am jealous. I would love to go to more games. I feel like you kind of have to have a season ticket, otherwise it's so difficult. And I really do miss going to watch.
How many North London derbies have you been to live? One. Which one was that, Ella?
It was. I think it was 2023. Aubameyang scored. Mm-hmm. I think Saka and Smith Rowe scored.
Okay.
I think it was 3-1 Arsenal at home.
3-1 Arsenal. Sorry, Saka and Smith Rowe scored.
And
I was there. Scored. And Ramsdale made that save in the last minute or two. I tipped it over the bar.
I will trust that happened.
It was a brilliant sunny day. It was a really sunny day. Nice sunny day.
Yeah, it was nice. I think it was like early on in the season.
That's it. Yeah. It was. I think it was in September. September fixture.
Yeah,
I believe it might. Yeah, 3-1. I remember I was there with that one. I remember watching that one in club level. Actually, funnily enough.
Ooh.
I know. Ooh.
Bougie.
Bougie.
Very bougie.
Oh, I love it. So,
some of us are trying to get basic tickets, Martin.
No, do you know what? It was actually it got offered to me actually through it was a business thing, but it was good. It was good. It was club level is, isn't it? So I have it where I sit at the moment. I have Lee Judges behind me up in club level. Yeah, so he's there.
Can you hear him from that? Just
pretty much, yeah. He certainly can throw things at me. So, he's up there all the time with his pint and his program. So, it's good. Yeah, definitely. So after that, we've got Bayern Munich next Wednesday. So we won't be here next week, guys, because we will be watching Bayern Munich another big Champions League game, and then obviously we've got the Chelsea game on the Sunday, the next Super Sunday at 4:30. So just a quick super chat in at Cola 948. Arsenal win Prem, but Spurs win UEFA Champions League, or neither win. Nah, I go for the neither win. I think I can't have.
That's what they want you to say,
thanks for the super chat, by the way. Thanks for sticking that one in there. Most appreciated.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know whether keep it up on the screen for a second.
Well, let's get it back up.
Keep it up. This deserves some airtime. It's the first super chat in three.
Oh, but
three
you know
episodes.
what? They want you to answer this and say neither win.
Go on. Why?
No, because obviously I don't know. See, United fan.
Is it a United fan?
He just said he's a United fan. Just because we've come second and we've never win, it's like you take the no trophy. Like that's like well, like, of course you then don't take the trophy. You know what I mean?
Look, Ella, I let me explain around this one. I can have Tottenham winning that Europa. I can have Tottenham winning that.
I don't like this question.
Look. Let me break this question down to you, right? Let me break this question down to you. This is how I see it. I can have Tottenham winning that Europa League, which they won last year, because listen, we've won a Cup Winners' Cup, and anyone that actually knows anything about football will know that the Cup Winners' Cup was a legitimate trophy where it's a cup knockout competition. It's the FA Cup. It's like similar to an FA Cup, but in Europe. It is every team that plays everything. There's none of this group stages or whatever. It's a straight knockout competition. So you have to essentially win every single game, albeit extra time or penalties. Every single game that you play, you need to win to get to the final. Whereas in the Champions League or the Europa League, you don't need to win every single game. You can have draws in there and you can have losses in there. And there's been teams that have won the Champions League by losing a couple of games. It happens. But the Cup Winners' Cup, so anyone that rubbishes that. So essentially with Arsenal and Tottenham, it's kind of one apiece. We won a Fairs Cup in 1971, and I think they won a European trophy in around 1973, if my memory serves me correctly. But if Tottenham fans did that last season, because they finished 16th and they won the Europa League, it kind of pissed on their bonfire a little bit, and it just kind of wasn't what it should have been. So if they went and won the Champions League, that would be a different entity. Look, at the end of the day, Arsenal can win the Premier League the next season and Tottenham win nothing. I'm cool with that. But this season, listen, if it had to be this season, no one wins anything this season, and the season after we win something. I cannot have Tottenham winning the Champions League. Can't happen.
But then this is the argument, though. Someone else just made a good comment, saying that surely you then care more about the success of Arsenal and less about
This is a good point.
Spurs do. You know
I hate them, Ella. I do because I hate them.
I
hate them.
I know, and I can't. I'm completely kind of don't know what side I'm on. But this is a very, very good point, because it's like ultimately, I want Arsenal to win trophies. Never mind what Spurs are doing; they're irrelevant. They're always going to be little brother, like they are. But
so that was at Danny McNamara. I'll take the Premier League win. Care more about our success than what they do. I do get that. That's a good point. That is a very good point. And listen, you should stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Focus on your own success. Focus on what you're doing, and don't worry about what other people are doing. That is a very, very level-headed way of looking at it. But with Tottenham Hotspur, there is a different level of
the Champions League also is a bit unacceptable.
That's a bit painful, man. It's a bit painful.
It is a little bit.
Then we have won Premier. Listen, I suppose maybe because I come from an era where I've seen us win 3 Premier Leagues. I've seen us win division win once.
If you got the question around, and it was Arsenal winning Champions League and Spurs in the Prem, I'd take that.
Yeah, I'll take that because we haven't listen, we've won Prem before, and they can say, "Oh, we won the Prem." So saying. We won the Champions League, and be like, "Well, we've won 3 Premier Leagues. You've won 1." And listen, I've seen a cup.
We don't have to think about this because
you moved on. You moved on from that quickly, Ella.
You know what? There's a lot of hypotheticals to this question, and ultimately, it's taking my mind. I don't know what to pick, and I'm like, well, hold on a minute.
It's fired you up, isn't it?
It kind of has. I don't really know what my answer is to that question.
I know. So, should we move on to hero, howler, and goal of the week?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Moving on swiftly.
Let's move on from that one.
So, this week's hero of the week. It's this section of the week where we go through our hero of the week. And this week, Ella, who have we chosen?
For hero?
Yeah, for the hero. Go on, stick him up. And explain why.
Oh, this guy really does deserve his own little segment, doesn't he?
KT.
I've got a lot of love for this guy. I'm actually really sad that I feel like his Arsenal journey was cut short, or just not what it should have been because of all of his injuries. And it's a shame. But this guy last night basically sent Scotland to the World Cup in like the last minute. He came on, I think it was around the 70th minute, I want to say, and he scored an absolute worldie. And they go 3-2 up. They do actually end up getting another goal, but this guy ultimately had that like decisive kind of match-winning goal, I guess you could say. And just, incredible. First time in 28 years, Scotland.
Do you know what? And I saw Andy Robertson gave an interview as well, and he was saying that obviously about the Diogo Jota thing, and he was saying, I remember talking about the World Cup with Diogo Jota, my pal, and he goes, I've done it for him, and it means so much to me, and listen, big respect, and I'm glad they have. It means a lot to him, and listen, like you said, KT. I remember a time when KT was like one of the first names on the team sheet at Arsenal. When he was a phenomenal player. He used to steam through defences. He scored great goals for us. He was quite something else, and a real tough player, decent player, and obviously got set back by injuries as players do, and career maybe never reached the real heights of what he should. I remember when he came back into selection, it looked like, is he going to stay? And, he had a few decent performances, obviously a fan favourite. And last night, that goal, I saw something, I think it was on either Instagram or TikTok, and someone put, Kieran Tierney will never have to buy himself another beer in a pub ever again in Scotland.
But in Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, because after scoring that goal, that was just absolutely phenomenal, and big up to him. Good luck to him, and good luck to Scotland in the World Cup, as long as they don't encounter the might of the England.
Yeah, true that. Do you know what? Whenever I think of Kieran Tierney, I think of that one goal he scored. I cannot remember what year it was in. It was against West Brom, and it was like snowing, and he scored an absolute woldie. Like, you remember that goal?
I do, yeah.
Oh, it's just so. I feel like kind of only scores bangers, to be honest. So shouldn't be surprised about that last night.
Yeah. So moving on swiftly to Howler of the week, we have gone for two different people, similarly related due to the situation. So if you want to go for your Howler of the week, then I'll go for mine.
Sounds good to me. Well, we've briefly spoken about it already, but I've gone for Gabriel, obviously.
Big Gabby.
It's a gutting injury for us. I know that we will hopefully be all right, and we've got options, but he really has been kind of the main man this season, and he's been one of, if not probably our best player. There are obviously arguments there, but he's been so consistent, and he's I think, other than obviously defensive, we talk about goal contributions and also just leadership. He offers so much, so he's going to be a massive loss, and I am gutted about that. I'm gutted, but we'll carry on and get through this next period, but big loss, obviously.
Indeed. Definitely what a big player he is. Moving on swiftly, and I've chosen my Howler of the week because this guy has had an absolute stinker. The man Stoinker, and the man behind the selection. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carlo Ancelotti. What an absolute villain. He doesn't obviously want Arsenal to win the Premier League. So, yes, he decided to play Gabriel. And he sabotaged potentially his own World Cup hopes by playing a player that was in the yellow zone. More for you. Bad form, mate. You should have picked someone else in a friendly. I've been through it, and I don't want to go through it anymore because I don't want to focus on that. But he's had a howler, mate. It's as simple as that. Bad managerial choice, and you should have just given him 45 and then hooked him. But Job done. Moving on to more positive things. Goal of the week this week. Ella, both in complete agreement with this one.
It's quite nice that in the international break we still find time to talk about an Arsenal player. Rightly so. I know we actually we started on it and now we're going to finish on it. But it was a lovely goal. I want to see more of that for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He is a player. This is why every single Arsenal fan was literally praying to the gods that this guy was not signed for Spurs. I would have found it really difficult to see him wearing a Spurs shirt this season, just because I knew that he'd be quality for Spurs, to be honest with you. So I'm so glad that that didn't happen. But yeah, it was an unbelievable goal. That bit, top bins. And listen, I know, like I kind of said before, playing for England is different to playing for Arsenal. It's a different system. The opposition is different. The setup. He's not going to get that sort of space, but he does score goals like that. And I want to see those goals in red and white. You know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I concur. And for me, Ebbs, I love him. What a player.
Yeah, I love him.
What an absolute baller. And he, definitely gets goal of the week. And obviously that goal was scored because of Phil Foden's absolutely fantastic assist, which was probably better than the actual goal itself.
Can I give an honourable mention?
Go on.
Phil Foden. No. I want to give an honourable mention to Bukayo Saka because I think goal of the week could have gone to him as well. Like it was a lovely goal. I think either of them two could have got it. And Starboy, honourable mention deserved because first time finish as well. Ooh. That goal was lovely. It
was, wasn't it? Do you know what that was? The one that we stroked it in, like side-footed it into the goal. That's fantastic.
Could have gone to either of them, is all I'm saying.
I know, definitely.
Boys.
Definitely. Well, unfortunately, Ella, this brings the show to a close. Having extended our stay by an extra 2 minutes. But listen, thank you everyone for watching so much. Really appreciated. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the comments. It's greatly appreciated. And we are looking to make this show more interactive with you guys, which is a feature that we are going to bring on soon. We hope we will not be back for 2 weeks. Yes, because next week we've got Bayern Munich and the following week we've got Brentford. So we will be back the week after that, I believe, if it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, a clear Wednesday. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please check out all of AFTV's other content. Please check out on Sunday after the big one. Yes, the NLD, all the fan cams. Please check out Forever Arsenal. The AFTV app is absolutely phenomenal. And before the game on Sunday, please use the team selector and forward your team that you would choose into AFTV for a chance for it to be used on social media and our platforms. It's a great feature on the app, and literally you can select your own team, how you would set out, what formation, what players, and where. It's great. I've got Box to Box, which I'm actually filming tomorrow with Abby Summers, who everyone knows is an absolutely massive Tottenham fan. So that is going to be absolutely epic. We've got the Invincibles coming out with a new advert, including yours truly, which will be quite funny. There is also going to be a new tactical show coming out on AFTV featuring yours truly, which is going to be absolutely awesome. There's so much stuff coming out, all your regular content. Please check out the live with Curtis and Cecil from last night. That was brilliant as well. They always bring the vibes. And as Ella said, there is a watch-along, a massive watch-along for the Arsenal-Tottenham game. Ella will be there. Cecil will be there. All your favourite contributors with AFTV. It's going to be live. And like I said, outside the stadium afterwards, I'll be there with Robbie, Lee Judges, and all the AFTV crew. So if you're there, come check us out. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being a part of AFTV. It's mostly appreciated. So listen, guys, stay safe. Thank you, Ella, as well. You've been absolutely fantastic, as always.
As well.
There you go.
Well done to us.
Yeah, that's it. You've been fantastic as always. I love these parts. Waiting for a Wednesday night. Spend an hour with you, Ella. It's absolutely awesome.
Time flies when we're having fun, doesn't it?
It does indeed. It does indeed. So, guys, stay safe. Have a fantastic weekend. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go and do the Spurs. Let's get the result. Top of the league. Come on.
Come on.
Marty, I've been Marty. She's been Ella. This has been AFTV signing out.
GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.